When a woman was being led to an altar, she was pulled aside and her beating heart was extracted. It was a brutal sacrifice. After this, the people of the village banished them and left them in the swamps of present-day Mexico. They named their city Tenochtitlan after their god Tenoch. The swampland had no foundation, so the Aztecs used wood posts as foundation and essentially made a floating city. As population increased, they needed a more efficient source of water. They used 2 streams of water in an aqueduct, and one was constantly flowing and one was constantly being cleaned. Their neighboring nation of Tepanix bullied them and often demanded tribute, so the Aztecs teamed up with their neighbors and beat them. The Aztecs had great hygiene because of their easy to get water. The founding tribe of the Aztecs called themselves the Mexica, where Mexico gets its name from. They created a giant bridge 10 miles long that controlled their water flow, and they also engineered artificial islands that had a variety of crops. With the artificial waterways supplying water, farms supplying food, and a good government, the Aztecs had a strong infrastructure.
Later, a young Spanish boy named Hernan Cortez was born. Later, the Aztecs saw mountains that move in water, something they'd never seen: boats. The tribes were astonished by Cortez's men, and the tribes were happy to give the men provisions and gold. An Aztec woman caught the eye of Hernan Cortez, and she was used as an interpreter. Later, Hernan Cortez interrupted a sacrifice and killed Aztecs, which led them to declaring war. Later, the new paranoid king invited Hernan Cortez into one of his palaces, which proved to be a huge mistake. Hernan Cortez took the opportunity to kidnap Moctezuma II. They used him as a puppet before his eventual death by projectile. Cortez had to fight out the capital of the Aztecs during Noche Triste, sad night. Later, the Spaniards teamed up with the Aztec enemy, Tlaxcaltecans. Their combined army led to the fall of the Aztecs.